A very good morning, students. Students, in our earlier lecture, we had studied about air exerts pressure and high-speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure. So, in today's lecture, we are going to study about air expands on heating and why does this happen? And we will study about causes of wind generation. So let's start with our first topic, that is air expands on heating. Students, you all are aware with the term air. Air is a mixture of colorless gases. So air molecule expand on heating and contract on cooling. And it is because the particle which is present inside the air, or you can say molecules of air, on becoming warm move away from each other and take up more space. So we say that air on becoming hot occupies more space. Since the particles move away from each other, the air becomes less dense and lighter in weight. So as a result, the warm air rises up. On the other hand, on cooling the particle of air, in that case, the particles will come closer to each other, and due to which the volume of air become less, the air become more dense and heavier. Again, I am repeating, when the air become warm, in that case, the particle of air move away from each other and take up more space. And because of that, the air become less dense and lighter in weight. In another case, what happened? When the air becoming cool, in that case, the particle of air come closer to each other, and due to this, the volume of air become less and the air become more dense and heavier. Students, through this activity, I will explain you how air expands on heating. So, the material required for this activity is balloons, straw, ice cold water, hot water and bottle. Then what is the method? You have to take a bottle, then tie the balloon tightly on the neck of the bottle, then place the bottle in container having hot water, then you have to record your observation. Then after that you have to place the bottle in cold water, then again you have to observe your observation. Now what will you observe? You will observe when you place the bottle in a hot water. In that case, the balloon expand, and when the bottle is placed in a cold water, it contracts. Let's see here again. When you place the bottle in a cold water, the balloon will contract. Why the balloon will contract? Because the particle of air come closer to each other, and because of that, the air become more dense and heavier. When you place a bottle in a hot water, in that case, the particle of air move away from each other, and because of that, the air becomes less dense and lighter in weight. So, again, this happens because when the bottle is placed in hot water, air in it becomes warm and expand, due to which balloon also expand. But when you will place the bottle in a cold water, in that case the bottle contracts, and due to which balloon also get contract. Now I will give you more daily life examples where you can see the air expands on heating. So hot air balloons rise up, and a house having windows as well ventilator, monsoon winds. So student, hot air balloons rise up. Why? Because the air in the balloon expand on heating, and it also become lighter. So hence rise up. Again I am repeating, when a air in the balloon expand on heating, it becomes lighter, and because of that, the hot air balloon rises up. Then second point, a house having windows as well as ventilators. So students, we should buy a house having windows as well as ventilators. Why? So this is because the windows are for bringing in fresh air from outside into the house, and the ventilators take out the warm and stale air from inside the house. The presence of ventilators in the house increases our comfort. Then third point is monsoon winds. Monsoon winds are also caused due to more heating of land at the equator during summer months. And due to this, the air above the land at equator rises up, and the moisture laden winds from ocean toward southern hemisphere blow towards the equator, and these are the monsoon wind which causes rainfall. In upcoming lectures, you will study about how monsoon winds created in details. So students, when air at a place gets heated and rises up, the pressure of that place reduced or lowered, and the cold air from the surrounding areas rushes into fill that space vacated by hot rising air. Now here another activity is there through which I will explain how hot air is lighter than cold air. So you have to take two paper bags or empty paper cups of the same size. Hang the two bags in inverted position on the two ends of metal or wooden stick. Then tie a piece of thread in the middle of the stick. Hold the stick by the thread as in a balance. Then put a burning candle below one of the bag. So we will see that the balance of bag get disturbed. And why this happen? Because as the warm air rises up and pushes the bag above the candle. See, the candle is present here. So we will see the balance of bag get disturbed. Why? Because as the warm air rises up inside this bag, paper, or you can say paper cup, then it pushes the bag above the candle. Okay students, now our next topic is winds current are generated due to uneven heating on the earth. Winds or wind currents are generated by two factors. And what are these two factors? First factor is uneven heating between poles and equator. And second point is uneven heating between land and water. So let's start with the first point, uneven heating between poles and equator. Students, the region which is close to equator of earth get the maximum heat from the sun. See, through this diagram I will explain about uneven heating between poles and equator. See, this is your equator. So the region which is close to equator of earth get the maximum heat from the sun. So the air in equator region gets heated. The air which is near the equator region gets heated and becomes warm. The warm air rises in the equatorial region of earth, creating an area of low air pressure. So the students see the black arrow. In this diagram you can see the black arrow. This black arrow denotes the cooler air coming from 30-degree latitude toward equator. And whereas if you can see the red arrow, this red arrow denotes the cooler air coming from poles toward 60-degree latitude, or also warmer air from 60-degree rising up. See, this is rising up, and these one is cooler air coming from poles towards 60-degree. So what happened in that case? The cooler air from surrounding areas of the equator comes toward the equator to fill the place of warm air which rises up due to sun's heating. And similarly, cooler air from poles come toward the surrounding areas as the surrounding areas have air warmer than poles. Students, the winds produced by the uneven heating of the earth between the equator and the pole. We have two poles, North Pole and South Pole. So, the poles do not blow in the each north-south direction. Again, I am repeating, the winds which is produced by the uneven heating of the earth between equator and the poles do not blow in the each north and south direction, because a change in the direction of winds is caused by the rotation of the earth on its axis. Because the changes in the direction of wind which is caused by the rotation of the earth on its axis. So, thank you students and have a wonderful day.